Hello everybody, Matt here on the Planet, and today we are talking about our race strategy for the Great North Run. So the Great North Runs are upon us, just around the corner, just at this weekend coming up. And obviously the goal for me is to run the whole race in 90 minutes. My current PR time in the 10k is about 42 minutes 35 seconds, I think. I'll put it on the screen if it's different. And basically what that means is that I'm going to race this half marathon 21.1k at my 10k PR pace. Obviously we're about 8 to 9 months, maybe 10 months on from when I did that PR anyway, so I should be a little bit fitter. The course does have some downhill sections. It is net downhill. And obviously in a race environment you should be able to run a bit faster. So whether I can actually achieve 9 minutes I don't know, but my half marathon PR is 1:35:58 I think it is. So strategy wise, how I'm going to approach this, the week leading up to this week, so like I say we're only a few days away, but now we're already going to be start taking on the hydration tablets. So we've got the precision hydration tablets there, or drinking water. They're actually more specifically designed to be used actually before you race, or you can use them in the race, but the idea is that it helps you get the water in the days leading up to it. In the race, if I need to take some extra electrolytes, I'd be using the high 5 type. With it only being a half marathon and not a marathon, I don't really struggle with cramp in those circumstances, so I don't expect that to be a problem. I will be taking gels in the race, so we'll be using the Morton gels. Probably have 3 of those, looking at somewhere like about 8 kilometers, 14 kilometers, 16, 17 kilometers for those. And I'll probably use, actually the last gel I use will be a Cis one, with Cis Surgical. Now Cis have stopped making these Surge ones as far as I can find anywhere. They're just not available on the website. I haven't seen a bulletin saying that they've been discontinued, but they're unavailable. But that's me, the last one, and they're really, really good in terms of giving you a bit of energy. I kind of see them as a bit of a booster, that trying to get all the last little bit of the power out of your body when you're running. So I'll be using that at the end. I have used this before, and once it's kind of worn off, you kind of get into a bit of cramp zone, so it's a case of like using up all your power, but it should be really, really, really good. I've used my Garmin watch, the 645, so I'll be knowing how I'm doing pace wise, and I'm going to run the whole race on pace. Not too worried about the heart rate, although the idea is that definitely for the first half of it, I don't really want to see my heart rate go above 165 or 170, but if it does and I'm feeling good, I'm just going to let it go. I expect to be like up at 175, maybe even 100, close to 180, or creeping over 180 sometimes towards the end, and especially on the downhill sections. We'll be running in the Alpha Fly Next Percent, which is the first one. That was always been the plan, and I've done a little bit of work in these. They've got about 40-50 kilometers in, so they're pretty much brand new, and all the performance should be there. I do think I'll be faster in the Vaporfly, but I've made a point of actually deciding to run in the Alpha Fly, so we will be doing that for this marathon race. Okay, so I've got the course elevation profile up here, and the first 2 kilometers is downhill straight to the time bridge, and I'll be looking at going with the group that I'm in. At that, I'll be running at probably about 4 minutes 30 per kilometer at the start. The goal pace is 4 minutes and 15 minutes per kilometer for the whole race, is what we're trying to do. So I'll start off at 4:30, easing it with the first 1 kilometer or so, and then start picking up the pace. So if I'm feeling good and it doesn't feel like I'm pushing too hard, I will push up to 4:15 minutes per kilometer for that section. And then once you get down to the time bridge, you're at about 2 kilometers in, and then there's a small raise of about 300 meters. So for that, we'll just try and push on as we are, because it's quite early on in the race. It shouldn't be a problem to keep somewhere between 4:15 and 4:30 minutes per kilometer, and then immediately it starts going downhill again, down towards the stadium, take up to 3 kilometers. Once you get past the 3 kilometer point, the next 2 kilometers leading up to Black Bull Junction, that's pretty much steady. It looks more challenging on the elevation profile. Looks like you're raising up about 20 or 30 meters over 2 or 3 kilometers, and the reality is that it's actually not that bad, and it raises up. It does increase gradually, but it's not too bad. You've still got a lot of energy, so I'll be trying to keep at least 4:30 minutes per kilometre, if not a little bit faster on that section, and we'll just have to see how it goes. The weather reports are looking good, so it's looking like kind of an offshore, and that is, you are running towards the shore, towards the coast at that point, so the wind shouldn't be a problem, if not, you know, a bit of an advantage at that point. So when you hit at the top of that, it's pretty much downhill for the next 3 or 4 kilometres, and that's the point where I will be putting the pace down and really going for at least 4:15 minutes per kilometre if I can hold that pace. I know I could hold the pace for a few kilometres, and with it being downhill, it shouldn't be a problem to keep going for the whole that section, to take us up to about 14 kilometres. From then on, it's a bit flat and undulating, so it'll be a bit of a challenge to just keep the pace up. But hopefully, I've done enough work at the start of the race, or the first 2/3 of it, to maybe drop off a little bit, but still trying to keep above 4:30 minutes per kilometre. And eventually that takes us up to what they call the Redwell Lane. That's a bit of a climb that people kind of struggle with towards the end, because it is getting on for, it's kind of like 11 miles, 18 kilometres at that point, when a lot of people are tiring. So just try and push through that, and then for the last 2 kilometres it's downhill. So the idea is just to go flat out. As soon as I turn the corner, turn that roundabout onto the coast, straight downhill all the way to the end. We're just going to go flat out and just see how fast we can go. At least 4:15 minutes per kilometre is the target. If I can get up to 4 minutes per kilometre on that, then I'll be doing that. Just give it all. And yeah, let's see what we can do. Can we do 90 minutes? That's the goal. I really feel comfortable, really feel fit and healthy that I'll get a PR. So I should be able to beat my 1:35.38 quite comfortably. But how close we get to 90 minutes to 1 hour 30, we'll just have to see. And of course, it is my race, but it's also 50,000 other people's races. So I give courtesy to other runners. And if there's a point where I can't run fast because we're in a pack, and the pack's going slow, and there's no way past, and that's just how it is. We've got to be there, enjoy the day as well. It is everybody's day to enjoy, not just mine. There's a lot of people running out there for charity as well. Hope they do really, really well, and hope they manage to raise all the money that they need to for the charity groups. Okay, that's my race strategy for the Great North Run. Check me out on Strava afterwards to see if I actually do it. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.